Coming up right here on the News at Noon, the trial of the Norwegian mass murderer Anders Breivik coming to a dramatic close. After receiving his sentence in Norway, find out what he apologized for. Plus, restoring historic paintings can be a tedious process for experts. See what happens when the job lands in the hands of an amateur. And a live look right now at Rayleigh Field. The River Cats kicking off their annual home series, regular season against Salt Lake. First pitch 7:05 tonight. More to come.
You're watching KCRA3, where the news comes first. KCRA3 News at Noon starts right now.
Welcome back to the News at Noon. I'm Walt Gray. Let's take a second look now at all of today's top stories. 2 people are dead, several others hurt after a man opened fire outside the Empire State Building today. Police now say some of those injured may have been hit by officers, not the suspect. The gunman is a fashion designer who was recently laid off. Police killed him after he shot and killed a former co-worker. 9 other people were shot and hurt but are expected to survive. In Sacramento today, a free dental clinic has drawn thousands of people to Cal Expo. It is a big help for some of the millions of Californians who can't afford dental checkups. Volunteers are donating their time, services, and resources to provide thousands of free cleanings, fillings, and extractions for patients who rarely see a dentist, if ever. The clinic continues tomorrow at Cal Expo. Gates open at 5:30 a.m. Incoming information, according to court documents filed today, the suspect in the Colorado movie theater shooting allegedly told a classmate he wanted to kill people 4 months before the shooting. Prosecutors are trying to access James Holmes' college records from the University of Colorado. They claim Holmes dropped out of the neuroscience graduate program in June after making threats to a professor and failing his year-end final. Holmes is accused of killing 12 people and wounding 58 others during that July shooting at a midnight showing of The Dark Knight Returns. Planes will start spraying again tonight over Woodland, killing mosquitoes carrying the West Nile virus. Last night, aircraft sprayed an area from Churchill Downs Avenue and County Road 19B on the north to County Road 25A on the south, and from County Road 97 on the west to County Road 103 to the east. Again, the spraying begins at 8 this evening. Workers have also sprayed neighborhoods in Contra Costa County after finding a bird with a West Nile virus there. The plant-based insecticide is lethal enough to wipe out half of all mosquitoes in the Brentwood neighborhood, but it's not dangerous for humans or house pets. Crews are hoping to squash the spread of the potentially deadly virus.
We don't think the government's job is to redistribute the slices of the pie under its vision of equity. We want to grow the pie so that everybody in America has their chance at the American dream.
Vice presidential hopeful Paul Ryan campaigning with Mitt Romney in Michigan this morning. He spent a good deal of time outlining the differences between the GOP economic plan and the president. President Obama is off the campaign trail today, but Vice President Biden will meet with voters in the Hamptons in New York tonight. Well, the countdown to the conventions is on, and with many big-name political rock stars slated to speak to delegates, the anticipation is high. But not everyone you'd expect to be there will make an appearance. KCRA3's Hallie Jackson reports from Washington.
In Washington, I'm Hallie Jackson reporting.
Be sure to stay with KCRA3 as we take our Commitment 2012 coverage on the road. David Bienick will cover both the Republican and Democratic conventions. Galston Dart will join David at the RNC in Florida next week. Edie Lambert joins David at the DNC in Charlotte, North Carolina next month. Covering the nation and the world today, a teen girl in Illinois said she was held captive for years and repeatedly raped. The girl was reported missing more than 2 years ago. Yesterday, police in Washington Park, Illinois, raided this home, arresting a man and his mother. The teen says the 24-year-old man raped her and fathered her child. Police say the suspects forced the victim to lie about her name and cover up her real identity when she gave birth. Well, the man who confessed to killing 77 people in a bomb and shooting massacre last year will spend 10 to 21 years in prison, the maximum sentence allowed by law in Norway. A Norwegian court ruled today after declaring Anders Behring Breivik sane enough to be sentenced. The self-described anti-Muslim militant defiantly apologized today for, quote, not killing more people, end quote. Now to a story we first brought you at noon yesterday. An overeager church volunteer may have accidentally destroyed a 19th century fresco of Jesus. The 80-something-year-old amateur art restorer saw the painting was deteriorating and thought she could fix it herself. This afternoon, we're hearing from that woman for the first time. Here's Duncan Golestani with more.
It was described as a romantic, gentle depiction of Jesus and had huge sentimental value to the parishioners of this small Spanish town. But now the 100-year-old fresco looks like this, the delicate... Back to you.
Duncan Golestani with more. Still ahead, getting up close and personal with nearly a century of aviation history. What you and the family will be able to check out. California Capitol Air Show this year, plus a sneak peek at some of the high-flying action.